You guys, the Oscars looked like a normal award show on the surface, but if you were paying attention, something very different was happening. What started as one actor's controversial comments about ballet and opera quietly turned into an entire night where Hollywood seemed determined to remind everyone exactly why those art forms still matter. And the most awkward part? Timothée Chalamet had to sit front row while the entire conversation unfolded around him. Because going into the night, many people believed Timothée had the Best Actor category locked. Just weeks earlier, prediction models had him winning by a massive margin. But everything shifted when Michael B. Jordan started gaining serious momentum for his performance in Sinners. The turning point came after Jordan won the SAG Award, which completely changed the energy around the race.
I stand here because of the people that came before me. Sidney Poitier, Denzel Washington, Halle Berry, Jamie Foxx, Forrest Whitaker, Will Smith, and to be amongst those giants, amongst those greats, amongst my ancestors, amongst my guys. Thank you, everybody in this room and everybody at home for supporting me over my career. I feel it.
By the time the Oscars rolled around, the narrative had flipped. When Michael B. Jordan's name was called for Best Actor, fans at home celebrated the upset, while the camera briefly caught Timothée sitting quietly in the audience. And suddenly, what could have been a triumphant night for him turned into something very different. But the real tension didn't even start there. It started the moment he walked the red carpet. Because just days before the ceremony, a comment from one of the most respected figures in Hollywood started making the rounds online. During a public conversation, legendary director Steven Spielberg spoke about the importance of experiencing art together in a theater. While praising movies and concerts, he specifically highlighted ballet and opera as experiences that bring people together in a way streaming never could.
It happens in ballet and opera. For me, the real experience comes when we can influence a community to congregate in a strange, dark space. All of us are strangers, and at the end of a really good movie experience, we are all united with a whole bunch of feelings that we walk into the daylight with or into the nighttime with, and there's nothing like that. I mean, it happens in movies, it happens at concerts, and it happens in ballet and opera. And we want that to be sustained, and we want that to go forever. And that's why theaters like IMAX are committed to audiences.
The audience burst into laughter and applause when he said it, because everyone knew exactly what conversation he was referencing. And then came the awkward part. When Timothée arrived at the Oscars, cameras caught him walking right past Steven Spielberg on the red carpet. It was one of those moments where nothing dramatic actually happened, but the internet immediately noticed the tension. But if that moment felt uncomfortable, the next one had people completely losing their minds online. Because later in the show, something happened that nobody expected. Legendary ballerina Misty Copeland suddenly appeared on stage. And this wasn't just any performance. Misty Copeland had officially retired from ballet the previous year, which made her appearance instantly feel like a statement. The timing made it even more interesting. Misty actually has a history with Timothée. When he was promoting his film, Marty Supreme, he personally asked her to help support the movie, and she even posted photos wearing the film's promotional jacket.
First, I have to say that it's very interesting that he invited me to be a part of promoting Marty Supreme with respect to my art form. But I think that it's important that we acknowledge that, yes, this is an art form that is not popular and a part of pop culture as movies are, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have enduring relevance in culture. And I think that it's often mistaken when something is popular that it's more meaningful or more impactful. And there's a reason that the opera and ballet have been around for over 400 years. And I think that when you have access and opportunity to be a part of something, it can change your life. And that's the work that I've been doing through the Misty Copeland Foundation. It's the work I've done my whole career.
That's why fans found it fascinating that she returned to the stage during a performance celebrating classical dance and musical storytelling. Social media exploded with reactions, with many viewers wondering if the moment was intentionally symbolic. Whether it was planned that way or not, the message many people took from the performance was clear. And the night was only getting more uncomfortable from there. Because the host of the night was not about to let the controversy slide. Throughout the ceremony, comedian Conan O'Brien kept circling back to Timothée with joke after joke. In the opening monologue, he joked that the Oscars had increased security because the ballet and opera communities might show up angry.
Security is extremely tight tonight. I just got to mention that, yeah. I'm told there's concerns about attacks from both the opera and ballet communities. They're just mad you left out jazz.
The audience laughed, but viewers immediately realized the punchline had a very specific target. And the jokes didn't stop there. Later in the show, Conan introduced a ridiculous prop instrument called the Timothee bum drum, which involved a performer literally drumming on a sculpted backside. Some viewers thought it referenced a scene from Timothee's film Marty Supreme, but many people online believed it was just another playful jab aimed directly at him. And by that point, fans were starting to notice something interesting about the entire ceremony. Because across the entire show, speeches and performances kept highlighting traditional art forms. One acceptance speech for Best Live-Action Short Film included a comment about how art, theater, ballet, and cinema can shape culture over time.
Ironic that the short film Oscar is going to take twice as long. And the second Oscar goes to two people exchanging saliva.
Thank you to the Academy for supporting a film that is weird and that is queer and that is made by a majority of women.
For having rewarded a French film made by a Franco-Indian Brit, a Romanian-American, an Argentinian, an Italian, with actresses Aurélie Boquien, Vicky Creeps from Luxembourg, Luana Bajrami from Kosovo, and Zahra Amir from Iran, who cannot be here tonight.
She just had a baby girl.
2 days ago, Neela,
Jane.
you are the hope in a world that is dark and absurd and ridiculous and horrifying. But that is why we make films, isn't it? Because we believe that art can change people's souls. Maybe it takes 10 years' time, but we can change society through art, through creativity, through theater and ballet, and and also cinema. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was a quick line, but viewers immediately connected it to the conversation that had been dominating entertainment news for weeks. For many people watching, the Oscars suddenly felt less like a random sequence of moments, and more like Hollywood quietly defending the value of classical arts.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening.
And while that conversation was unfolding, the internet found something else to panic about. Near the end of the ceremony, the show made a bizarre joke about the future of entertainment. During a comedy segment, the idea of YouTube taking over the Oscars was brought up, and the sketch ended with a fake scene revealing MrBeast as the host for life.
Host for life.
The moment was clearly meant as a joke, but that didn't stop social media from immediately spiraling. People began posting reactions like, "If MrBeast hosts the Oscars, I'm not watching," while others joke that the entertainment industry might actually be heading in that direction. It was chaotic, hilarious, and slightly terrifying for traditional Hollywood fans all at the same time. And by the time the ceremony wrapped up, the night had delivered far more than just award winners. Yes, Michael B. Jordan walked away with one of the biggest prizes of the evening. Yes, there were viral moments, awkward jokes, and internet debates. But the real story many viewers took away was something bigger. What started as a simple controversy about ballet and opera quietly turned into an entire night where those art forms were being celebrated again and again on one of the biggest stages in entertainment. Whether that was intentional or just a strange coincidence, people are still debating it. But one thing is certain. For Timothée Chalamet, this Oscars probably felt like a very long night. And now the question everyone is asking is simple. Was Hollywood sending a message, or did the internet just read way too much into it? Let me know what you think.